Friday night, I delivered another complimentary winner in college football, giving you Georgia Tech getting the job done at Colorado. And today, I'm returning to the ACC, where an embattled coach going into his fourth season, his first three, his teams have not been bowl eligible. He's got a win at home, something he hasn't done in his first 3 years. And that's going to be your complimentary play for Saturday. And so far, 60 and 29 roll with my complimentary plays in all sports combined after going 6-2 in the NFL preseason, 4-1 start in college football. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, general manager at DeMarcosports.com. I've been doing this for 24 years, and this is going to be your Saturday video report. Guys, listen, Georgia Tech got the job done just as I forecasted over Colorado last night. And in terms of my best bet, well, listen, after cashing in with Kansas last Saturday, a top-rated 15-dime best bet release, after scoring with a 5-dime play with East Carolina on Thursday night, unfortunately, my 10-dime release last night on Baylor, well, that did not come through. But I have never let yesterday's results affect the way I play the following day. You've got to have selective short-term memory deficit to be successful as a handicapper and, more importantly, as a gambler, if this is what you're doing, what we love to call gambling in this business. But listen, today I've got top-rated 15-dime football winner number 23 out of 54. It's on Texas and Ohio State, and it matches last Saturday's 15-dime winner on Kansas. I have been, at least last year, the number one football handicapper at the site, college and pro football combined, finishing the season, one of only two handicappers, Rick Torino being the other, with Ohio State in the national championship game, and then coming right back with a play just as strong with the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And FYI, let me just tell you, props going out to Rick, a guy who I have known for 30-some years, as he cashed in last night with another 100-dime max wager release. He was on Georgia Tech, now 24-7 lifetime with those 100-dime max wager releases. And by the way, today, his best bet, Texas and Ohio State. We are on the exact same side, and is a 75-dime winner, number 8 out of 9. And last Saturday, let's see, he had his 75-dime best bet winner on Iowa State, outright over Kansas State. Listen, if you have not taken advantage of the free 2-day all access pass, you see it at the bottom of the screen. You can get Rick's best bet and all the best bets of all the handicappers for free over at DeMarcosports.com. Its normal price is $109 today. You get today and any other day of your choice for free, 2-day free all access pass. There is no risk. There is no price. Free means free, unlike a lot of people who claim that something is free in this business and then they want to charge you thousands of dollars. Free does mean free. I've been doing this for over 20 years over at DeMarcosports.com. It's my way to give you an opportunity to get a taste of all the handicappers and how they handicap games, how they analyze it and break it down. So free 2-day all access pass if you've never taken advantage of it. Check it out now over at DeMarcosports.com. The game I'm going to be breaking down today is actually going to be the game between Virginia and Coastal Carolina. Now, as I was teasing earlier, listen, Tony Elliott, fourth season, 11-23 his teams have been so far in the first 3 seasons, none of them being bowl eligible. Last year, closing the season with 3 straight home losses. He is 6-12 straight up at Scott Stadium. And this is a team who the 6 wins that he has earned at Scott Stadium, 2 of them have come against FCS member Richmond. So not exactly a dynasty he has built here with Virginia. He has got to turn it around. That's the bottom line. Now, they have been very aggressive, like so many other FBS teams, in using the portal. 54 new players brought in, 32 of them transfers, and basically have rebuilt the offensive line, brought in a lot of running back talent as well, because this team has not been able to run. But the number one key addition for Virginia is a guy whose name, when I mention, you're going to know exactly who he is, quarterback Chandler Morris, formerly of Oklahoma, formerly of TCU, formerly, most recently, of North Texas. Had a hell of a year last year at North Texas. Fifth nationally in passing yardage, 3,774 yards, 31 touchdowns, 400 plus yard passing games, tops in FBS ball. This is a team, Virginia, that was 11th in ACC scoring last year. You know, bringing in Morris was step number one. They also went out and got a guy by the name of Jamari Taylor, a running back, who for NC Central, yes, a different level, but NC Central, 1,146 yards, 15 touchdowns last year. Now, last year's top back, Xavier Brown, just couldn't stay healthy. Had 171 yards in a game and a victory at Coastal Carolina that I'll talk about last year. But, you know, again, only had 400 plus yards on the season. They also imported a graduate senior, Harrison Whaley from Wyoming. Had a knee injury last year at Wyoming, but 2 years ago at Wyoming, 950 yards, 5.8 yards per carry. 3 years ago, when he was at Northern Illinois, averaged 5.4 yards per carry and had 899 yards. He's currently number 2 on the depth chart, but so they have some talent and a deeper backfield. And they've got Morris. They also went out and used a transfer portal to bring in some wide receiver depth as well to improve that aspect of the team. And again, also bolstered and beefed up that offensive line. So you can see what Virginia is trying to do here. Boost an offense that was just paltry in terms of its production a year ago. Matter of fact, that offensive line gave up 47 sacks last year, and out of 134 FBS teams, they were 131 in terms of letting their quarterbacks go down. Now, the one thing I will say about Virginia, the one game that they were most dominant last year was when they went to Coastal Carolina, like in the third week in September, and they ran for 384 yards, averaged 6.6 yards per carry, and won 43-24 in that road win. And they were only a 4-point road chalk in that game. 26-14 first down advantage, up 27-10 and a half, and cruised to the victory. Now, Coastal Carolina is another team that has rebuilt itself as well. Only have 3 starters back on defense. I think that's probably a good thing since the defense gave up 31 points a game a year ago. 57 new players for Coastal Carolina. New offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator as well. Tim Beck seemingly has settled on MG Morris as his new quarterback, although I don't know if he was joking when he said it. He said he could play up as many as 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the opener. Who knows? MG Morris, well-traveled as well. I think he has 19 career starts. He was a backup at Maryland last year. He played for a couple seasons at NC State as well. This was a team that was 10th in the Sun Belt in scoring last year. They have installed an air raid offense, but, you know, can they take advantage of a rebuilt, unsettled Virginia secondary? I don't think so. Now, the betting public doesn't think so either, because this game has been bet up from Virginia 10.5 to 11 up to 13.5 points. I still think this is a very fair price. And I think with the circumstances, with Elliott having to win and having to win decisively for once at Scott Stadium, that this is a good spot to play Virginia. I think Virginia wins this game comfortably by 17 to 20 points because you didn't go out and get Chandler Morris to play conservatively. You're going to throw that ball 30 to 35 times, and you're going to be in an attack mode because that's the way offenses built around Chandler Morris play. So I think Virginia is a damn good play here. FYI, if you want to make sure you don't miss my next video report, you see the little subscribe button down there in the corner. All you've got to do is click on it, and you'll always be alerted as to when I have another video and hopefully another free pick winner. As for some of your other games on the board today, listen, just because it's a big slate of games doesn't mean it's a tremendous slate of games. You know, I looked at Michigan against New Mexico because, again, as I alluded to a couple of days ago, you know, the opening week of play, the first couple of weeks, it's the only time we have the advantage over the odds makers, so you can't be fearful of laying the big double digits with these chalks because often these lines are the softest you will find. couple of weeks from now, the odds makers will catch up and these lines will get much sharper. I looked at Michigan minus 34.5 against New Mexico. Of all the big double-digit chalks, I thought them and maybe USC would be the two that would be most likely to cover. But in retrospect, the thing I worry about Michigan here, at 34.5 points, you go, oh my gosh, hey, they win 41-7. Not enough. They win 45-10. They barely cover. And even though I think Michigan will dominate defensively against a New Mexico team that has only 8 returning starters and has like 79 new players, which is more than any other FBS team coming into week 1 action, I just don't know if they can put enough points up on the board with their true freshman quarterback, Bryce Underwood, even though they have a strong ground game and one of the top defenses and maybe the best front seven in all of FBS action. That just gives me a little agita in Italian to tell you to lay that many points. I was looking at Alabama. Minus the 14 at Florida State, a Florida State team that has 16 starters back, but 2 new coordinators, offensive coordinator Gus Malzahn, who of course resigned from Central Florida. And what has Gus Malzahn done lately? And their new defensive coordinator came over from Nebraska, Tony White. They've got the new quarterback, Castellanos, who left Boston College. I've never been impressed by him. I mean, Mike Norvell's got to have a better team than the 2-10 squad last year. But, Alabama lost 4 games last year. That doesn't fly anywhere, but especially in Tuscaloosa, right? So, 15 starters back. I just don't have a lot of faith in Florida State. I lean toward Alabama. But again, these are just other games that I handicapped. I figured I'd pass on, when I looked at these contests. I think the best play, other than my best bet today, which is, again, the Texas-Ohio State game, I think the game that if I had to play a second game today, it would be Virginia. I really like the Cavaliers today. So that's your official free play. I wish you well, guys, and we'll be back tomorrow. Got a couple of good games, of course, Miami and Notre Dame, and that game between South Carolina and somebody. Handicapped the game at 3 o'clock this morning. Can't even remember who the hell I handicapped. Isn't that awful? But hey, we'll worry about that tomorrow. Good luck, everybody, and talk to you soon.